Lift my carrogue your face, brooding o'er the old disgrace that Black Fitzwilliam stormed your place and drove you to the fern. Grey said victory was sure, and soon the firebrand he'd secure, until he met at Glenmalure, Faith McHugh O'Byrne. Curse and swear, Lord Kildare, Faith will do what Faith will dare. Now, Fitzwilliam, have a care, fallen is your star low. Up with halberd, out with sword, on we go, for by the Lord. Faith McHugh has given the word, follow me up to Carlow. See the swords of Glenamail flashing o'er the English pale. See all the children of the Gael beneath O'Byrne's banners. Rooster of a fighting stock, would you let a Saxon cock crow out upon an Irish rock? Fly up and teach him manners. Curse and swear, Lord Kildare, Faith will do what Faith will dare. Now, Fitzwilliam, have a care, fallen is your star low. Up with halberd, out with sword, on we go, for by the Lord. Faith McHugh has given the word, follow me up to Carlow. From Tessager to Clonmore flows a stream of Saxon gore. Och, great is Rory Oglemore at sending loons to Hades. Lane is sick and White is fled, and now for Black Fitzwilliam's head we'll send it over dripping red to Liza and her ladies. Curse and swear, Lord Kildare, Faith will do what Faith will dare. Now, Fitzwilliam, have a care, fallen is your star low. Up with halberd, out with sword, and on we go, for by the Lord. Faith McHugh has given the word, follow me up to Carlow.
After Ahram's great disaster, when our foe in sooth was master, it was you who first plunged in and swam the Shannon's boiling flood, and through Sleebloom's dark passes you led your gallow glasses, although the hungry Saxon wolves were howling for your blood. And as we crossed Tipperary, we reaved the Clan O'Leary, and drove a craft before us as our horsemen southward came. With our spears and swords we gored them, and through flood and field we bore them. O Shan O'Dwyer Glenna, you were worsted in the game. Long, long we kept the hillside, our path hard by the rillside, the sturdy knotted oaken boughs, our curtain overhead. The summer sun we laughed at, the winter hail we chaffed at, depending on our long steel swords to win us daily brand. But the Dutchman's troops came round us, and with fire and steel he bound us, and blazed the woods and valleys till the very sky was flame. But our sharpened swords cut through them, to the very heart we hewed them. O Shan O'Dwyer Glenna, you were worsted in the game. Here's a health to you and my king, a sovereign of our liking, and to Sarsfield underneath whose flank we cast once more a chance. For the morning dawn will wing us across the sea and bring us to take our stand and wield our brand among the sons of France. And though we part in sorrow, still Sean O'Dwyer O'Hara, our prayer is God save Ireland and pour blessings on her name. May our sons be true when needed, may they never fail as we did. Oh, Shan O'Dwyer Agiana, you are worsted in the game.
When I was a maiden fair and young on the pleasant banks of Lee, no bird that in the greenwood sung was half so blithe and free. My heart ne'er beat to flying feet, no love sang me his queen. Till down the glen rode Sarsfield's men, and they wore their jackets green. Young Donald sat on his gallant grey like a king on a royal seat, and my heart leaped out on its regal way to worship at his feet. Oh, love, had you come in those colours dressed, and would with a soldier's mien, I'd have laid my head on your throbbing breast for the sake of your jacket green. No hoarded wealth did my true love own, save the good sword that he bore, but I loved him for himself alone, and the colours that he wore. For had he come in England's red, for to make me England's queen, I'd have roved the high green hills instead, for the sake of his jacket green. When William stormed with shot and shell at the walls of Garryowen, in the breach of death my Donald fell, and he sleeps near the treaty stone. That breach the foeman never crossed, while he swung his broadsword keen. But I do not weep my darling lost, for he fell neath the flag of green. And when Sarsfield sailed away, I wept when I heard the wild hone, and I felt then dead as the men who slept neath the walls of Garryowen. But while Ireland held my Donald blessed, no wild seas rolled between, I still could fold him to my breast, all robed in the jacket green. I saw the Shannon's purple tide roll by the Irish town, as I stood in the breach by Donald's side when England's flag went down. But now it lowers as it seeks the sky, like a blood-red curse between. And I sigh, but it is not woman's tears will raise the Irish green.
I am a Roman Catholic, Mick Sheridan is my name. From the chapel in Killala on a Sunday as I came. Whom should I spy to my surprise but the old men on parade? Said the one unto the other, yonder comes a ribbon blend. They all then gathered round me and ordered me to stand. I didn't know the reason why they give such strict command. At length bold Colston upward speaks, and this to them he send. Mick Sheridan from Killala, he commands the ribbon blends. They marched me off to Ballina and they laid me in a jail, where I lay cold and hungry, my sad fate to bewail. And all that time I only saw but a one true Irish maid. Oh, that goodness may reward her, for she loved a ribbon blend. My sister is at home and she sorrows after me. My mother, she is blind and not one's time can see. My father cries, my darling boy, do not the name degrade, for discovery you'll never make on any ribbon blend. They offered me high wages to make discovery, or else that they would banish me to my sad destiny. The answer that I give to them was this, I'm sure I sinned. I'll be true unto eternity to any ribbon blend. There's one request I ask of you going up yon gallows high. I hope my gallant comrades will have revenge for me, that they may have revenge for me when I'm dead and in my clay, and we'll let them know before we go we are true ribbon blends.
My name is George Campbell. At the age of 18, I joined the United Men to strive for the green. And many a battle I did undergo with that hero commander, brave General Monroe. Have you heard of the Battle of Ballynahinch, where the people oppressed rose up in defence? When Monroe left the mountains, his men took the field, and they fought for 12 hours, and they never did yield. Now Monroe, being tired and in want of sleep, gave a woman 10 guineas his secret to keep. But when she got the money, the devil tempted her so that she sent for the soldiers and surrendered Monroe. The army, they came and surrounded the place, and they took him to Lisburn and lodged him in jail. And his father and mother, in passing that way, heard the very last words that their dear son did say. Oh, I die for my country as I fought for her cause, and I don't fear your soldiers, nor yet heed your laws. And let every true man who hates Ireland's foe fight bravely for freedom like Henry Monroe. Farewell to my wife and my children three, my lands and my living I leave unto thee. My bridle and saddle on my son I bestow, may he ride with the pride of his father Monroe. And 'twas early one morning when the sun was still low, they murdered our hero, brave General Monroe. And high o'er the courthouse stuck his head on a spear, for to make the united men tremble in fear. All ye good men who listen, just think of the fate of the brave men who died in that year 98. For poor Ireland would be free long ago if her sons were all rebels like Henry Monroe.